Anyone moving to Shreveport-Bossier or anywhere in North Louisiana has probably heard the stories. Big storms, heavy rain, and occasional flooding. It's completely normal to wonder how all of that affects homeowners' insurance. Many people assume a standard home insurance policy covers everything, especially storm-related damage, but that's not how it works. And it surprises a lot of new buyers relocating to this area. Flooding is something regular home insurance does not cover, and even a small amount of water can lead to expensive repairs if no one is prepared. So for anyone moving to the area or buying a home here for the first time, this video breaks down what flood insurance really is, why it matters, who needs it, and how it works. It's all about helping new homeowners make confident decisions before Louisiana weather shows up in full force. A lot of people are surprised to learn that homeowners or renters insurance does not cover flooding from rising water, heavy rain, or overflowing rivers. That's where flood insurance comes in. It's a separate policy designed to protect both the structure of a home and the belongings inside it when water enters from outside. That includes damage to floors, walls, electrical systems, HVAC units, and personal property. It's essentially a safety net for those moments when water shows up where it shouldn't. And in Louisiana, having that extra layer of protection really matters. Many people relocating to this area assume that because North Louisiana isn't right on the Gulf Coast, that hurricanes aren't really something to be concerned about up here. But storms don't always stay south. Hurricane Laura in 2020 is a perfect example. It moved inland, stalled over the Shreveport area, and brought strong wind and heavy rain that caused major damage across the region. It was a clear reminder that even well inland, homes here can still feel the impact of powerful storms. By the way, I'm Aurora, and as a realtor, I make videos for people thinking about moving to the Shreveport-Bossier area, and my job is to make your move as smooth and informed as possible. Now, who needs it? Who needs flood insurance? Not every homeowner is required to have flood insurance, but many buyers moving to the area find that it makes sense even when it isn't mandatory. Homes located in high-risk flood zones typically require flood insurance as part of a mortgage. But even outside those zones, North Louisiana gets heavy rain events that can lead to unexpected flooding in neighborhoods that don't look like they're high risk. A common belief is that only homes right along rivers, bayous, or lakes need flood protection, but that's not always the case. Flooding can happen in almost any area. And since standard homeowners insurance doesn't cover it, flood insurance becomes an important part of protecting a new home and avoiding major financial surprises. Flood insurance works a bit differently than a traditional homeowner's policy. It can be purchased through the National Flood Insurance Program or through private insurance companies. Both options usually separate coverage for the structure of the home from coverage of personal belongings. The National Flood Insurance Program has set limits on how much it covers, while private insurers sometimes offer higher options depending on the home. Understanding how a policy works, what it covers, what it doesn't cover, and how deductibles are handled helps homeowners feel more prepared. For anyone new to Louisiana weather, having a clear picture of this can make the home buying process feel much more secure. One of the most common questions from people relocating here is how much does flood insurance cost? Well, the answer varies from home to home. Rates depend on factors like the home's flood zone, its elevation, when it was built, and how it's constructed. In the Shreveport-Bossier area, annual premiums might be a few $100s or a few thousand depending on risk levels. Even though costs can sometimes feel high in certain locations, the price of repairing a home after a flood without insurance can be significantly higher. For many homeowners, flood insurance ends up being a smart investment that protects both the property and long-term peace of mind, and you can always get a quote before making an offer on a home, so you can factor in the additional expense into your monthly payment. Now, these are common misconceptions. Let's go over these. There are several misconceptions that tend to mislead new homeowners. One of the most common is the idea that living outside of a designated flood zone means flooding won't happen. But in reality, many flood claims come from areas labeled low or moderate risk. Another misconception is that homeowners insurance automatically covers flooding. It doesn't. While it may cover things like wind or fire, it doesn't cover water that comes in from the outside. There's also the belief that flood insurance is always too expensive. In many cases, the cost is much lower than most people expect, and it can save thousands of dollars in the event of flood damage. Now let's talk strategy, how to protect your home. Homeowners moving to North Louisiana usually feel more confident once they understand their risk. A good first step is simply checking the home's flood zone, which can be done through FEMA maps or with help from your real estate agent or an insurance professional. After that, it's useful to review existing insurance coverage to understand exactly what is and what isn't included in the policy. From there, choosing the right flood insurance option becomes much easier because flood patterns and mapping can change over time, especially with development in major storms. It's smart to reassess coverage each year to make sure the home is still properly protected. Flood insurance might not be the most exciting topic, but in a place like Louisiana, it's one of the most important things to understand before buying a home. And if you are still awake after that sentence, you are officially ready for something way more fun. The Shreveport-Bossier Relocation Guide. It is packed with everything newcomers actually want to know: neighborhoods, community events, the best local shopping spots, and amenities that make settling in here a whole lot easier. Think of it as your shortcut to feeling like a local without having to wander around town pretending you know where you're going. And best of all, it's free. Just click on the link in the description below.